Batman The Dark Knight isn't just a superhero movie, it's a cultural event. Released in 2008, it shattered expectations of what a comic book film could be, earning its place among the greatest movies ever made. On the surface, it's a gripping crime thriller. Batman faces his ultimate nemesis, the Joker, a man who doesn't want money, power, or control. He wants to prove a point. And that point is simple, terrifying, and deeply human. That morality only exists until it's tested. The film follows Gotham at a breaking point. Crime is being pushed back, hope is rising, and for the first time, the city believes it might not need Batman forever. Enter the Joker, a force of pure chaos determined to tear down the systems, symbols, and people holding Gotham together. His mission isn't to defeat Batman physically, but philosophically. To show that when the rules no longer protect us, we abandon them. What makes The Dark Knight unforgettable isn't just the performances or the cinematography or even Hans Zimmer's pounding score. It's the way the film gets under your skin. It doesn't ask who the hero is. It asks what a hero is allowed to do. It blurs the line between justice and vengeance, order and control, hope and lies. And by the time the credits roll, you're not just thinking about Gotham, you're thinking about yourself. Because at its core, The Dark Knight is a film about moral limits, and no character embodies that tension more than Batman himself. Batman's unwavering moral code, his refusal to kill, is both his greatest strength and his most vulnerable flaw. The Joker knows this all too well, and he exploits it at every turn, deliberately leaving himself exposed, daring Batman to cross that line. But here's the question that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Are Batman's morals a shield or a shackle? If he were to kill the Joker, even to save countless innocent lives, would that act be justified? Or would it mean he's no better than the criminals he's sworn to stop? This isn't just a battle of fists and gadgets, it's a battle of ideologies. The Joker doesn't just want to break Batman physically, he wants to shatter his soul, to prove that even the noblest of heroes can be corrupted. And as we watch this high-stakes game of cat and mouse unfold, we're forced to ask ourselves, where do we draw that line? What would we do in Batman's place? It's this relentless moral tension that makes The Dark Knight not just a superhero film, but a gripping psychological thriller that stays with you long after the screen goes dark. There's also the controversial use of surveillance, a tool that blurs the line between protection and invasion. Batman's access to Gotham's cell phone network gives him the power to track anyone anywhere, but at what cost? Lucius Fox, the moral anchor of Wayne Enterprises, makes it clear. This technology is a double-edged sword. In the wrong hands it can be catastrophic. In fact, Lucius is so uneasy about its implications that he ultimately destroys the system, knowing it's a line they shouldn't have crossed. But here's the kicker. They crossed it anyway. Why? Because the Joker's chaos demanded extreme measures. This raises yet another thorny question. Is it okay to sacrifice privacy and ethics in the name of safety? Does the end justify the means when the stakes are this high? The Dark Knight doesn't give us any easy answers. It forces us to wrestle with the uncomfortable reality that sometimes even the heroes have to make morally questionable choices. And it's this willingness to explore the grey areas of power and responsibility that makes this film so endlessly compelling. The Joker isn't just a villain, he's a philosopher of chaos, a mirror held up to society, forcing everyone to confront their own morality. He operates on one chilling belief: when pushed to the brink, people will abandon their principles. And he's relentless in testing this theory, crafting elaborate schemes designed to expose the fragility of societal morals. Criminals he finds are easy to crack. Their loyalty to wealth and power outweighs any sense of ethics, as seen when he burns the mountain of cash during his meeting with Gotham's underworld, or when greed drives the bank robbers in the opening scene. But the Joker's real fascination lies in testing the so-called upstanding citizens. His ferry experiment, a twisted game of survival where two boats hold the power to destroy each other, is his ultimate test. Yet despite immense pressure, neither civilians nor the prisoners detonate the other boat. This moment is a crack in the Joker's worldview. Maybe humanity isn't inherently selfish. Maybe morality isn't just a facade. Perhaps it's fear and desperation, not an absence of goodness, that drives people to the edge. The Joker's failure to break the Batman, or the people of Gotham, doesn't just challenge his philosophy, it leaves us questioning our own. Are we as fragile as he believes? Or is there resilience in humanity that even the Joker can't destroy? Harvey Dent is the beating heart of The Dark Knight, a living, breathing embodiment of its central theme, moral ambiguity. As Gotham's White Knight, he represents hope, justice, and the belief that the system can work. But his journey is a tragic one, a descent into darkness that forces us to question whether anyone can remain untarnished in a world of chaos. The irony is crushing. Batman saves Harvey instead of Rachel, a decision meant to preserve Gotham's symbol of hope. Yet it feels like a wrong choice, one that neither Harvey nor Batman truly wanted. This single act sets off a chain reaction. Consumed by grief and trauma, Harvey transforms into Two-Face, a man hell-bent on revenge, leaving his fate, and the fate of others, to the flip of a coin. His moral certainty erodes, and with it, the ideals he once stood for. In many ways, Two-Face is the Joker's greatest victory. He proves that the noblest of souls can be broken when thrust into a world of chaos. Harvey's fall isn't just a personal tragedy, it's a chilling reminder of how fragile morality can be when faced with unimaginable pain. And it leaves us wondering, could anyone have withstood the same pressure? Or is the line between hero and villain thinner than we'd like to? In the end, The Dark Knight is more than just a film. It's a profound exploration of the human condition. It challenges us to confront the grey areas of morality, the sacrifices we're willing to make, and the resilience of our principles in the face of chaos. Through Batman, the Joker, and Harvey Dent, we see the best and worst of humanity, the fragility of order, and the cost of justice. It's a story that doesn't just entertain, but lingers, forcing us to question our own beliefs long after the screen fades to black. The final image of Batman fleeing into the darkness isn't a victory lap, it's a burden. He becomes the villain Gotham needs to believe in, all to preserve a lie that keeps the city standing. And maybe that's the film's most unsettling idea, that sometimes order survives not because of truth, but because of the stories we tell ourselves. So the real question The Dark Knight leaves us with isn't whether Batman was right or wrong, it's this: if you were pushed far enough, would your principles hold, or would they break? And honestly, that's why the movie still matters. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into film that challenge how we think about morality, power, and storytelling, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and remember, you either die a hero or live long enough to leave a comment.